Welcome, one and all, to another fabulous episode of Drink While You Think, the crazy show where two entrepreneurial accounting firm owners just talk about the really weird, random things we do in our firms. Today will be no exception. So I'm your host, Kenji. There's my partner and host over there, Matthew. Matthew, what's going on? What's special about this episode?
You made me buy a really crappy beer.
We're going to talk about that. Don't say anything about
Oh, no, the real special thing?
Yes.
Oh, the actual special thing, I believe, if we counted correctly, I think this is episode 100. We're in the triple
Episode
digits.
100. Our 100th episode. Whoever would have thought, right?
Well, you do this thing for 3 years weekly. That's what the math is, right?
You missed a few weeks here and there, but otherwise, yeah.
I missed 2 weeks in a row over the holidays. That's
you just missed the couple you missed. You got to give the listeners a little bit of a break. They want them wanting more.
You got to have consistency. You want
to pummel them, don't you? Just keep it coming.
Yes.
So this is going to be a good one. I'm excited about this one. As usual, who's our host, Matthew? Or sorry, not our host, but our sponsor.
We have no sponsor because nobody sent us beer. If you'd like to sponsor Drink While You Think, just send us beer.
It's all you've got to do, people, is send us beer.
I did bring a glass to pour.
Okay, good. We'll do a little bit of show.
Yeah.
Also, I want to tell you something special about this episode. Hey, look at you.
So you're happy.
I'm proud of you. Special about this episode, we are both going to try a new beer together. This is not a beer that's just new to me and Matthew. This is a beer that's new to the whole world. I mean, it's new to the whole stinking world. This will be one of the very first reviews in the world of this beer. And guess what? By the time this releases next week, everyone's going to know about it. Everyone's going to hear about it. We'll talk more about that. I think it's a big deal. So Matthew, Let's both show them at the same time. What are we drinking here this episode?
We're drinking Bud Light Next.
Bud Light Next.
And I want to get a view of this for everybody.
Pouring it in. Wow. What I like about this is that Matthew, oh my gosh, look at that. Matthew doesn't use
the beautiful.
Did you just pour yourself some water?
I did.
I've got one too. You've already poured it. I'm going to go right. I'll switch it up. This feels like
I did. That was my joke because I've been telling Kenji it's water, but it's pretty. I was like, I wish I just poured this one originally. It is pretty light.
Before we drink it, okay, hold on.
Okay.
Let's just look at the. This is
close. Look how close to water it is. I'm just saying.
But that is close. You don't get confused on which is which. Matthew, read off your can. Tell us some info about why this.
Well, the thing that surprised me. Okay, zero carbs is what they're pitching, but what surprised me, it's 4% alcohol.
4%.
4%
Zero
alcohol,
carbs.
0 carbs, 80 calories.
So do you know how many carbs and things are in Miller Lite or Bud Light?
No clue. So this is maybe just marketing.
3 or 4 grams of carbs. There's also in seltzers is 1 to 2 carbs. This is the first 0 carb alcohol, ultra light, even Mick Ultra and things like that have actual carbs in them.
I'm a little concerned because it says super crisp.
Super crisp light beer. So this is so obviously a Budweiser product. Here, a big deal about this is we're filming this a couple days before the Super Bowl. And guess who buys out every year the exclusive rights to all beer for the Super Bowl? Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser. So
we're going to hear a lot about next.
A lot about next coming, about the next feed. So we wanted to try this. All right, let's go for it. Let's get our first impressions here. Ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm going in for number 2.
Beer?
What does it even taste like?
It doesn't. It tastes like a watered down apple cider or something.
So on the description, I watched a video about this. It's brewed up in Cartersville, Georgia, right now, which is
oh my god.
You know where Cartersville is, right? So
it's just embarrassing.
North of Atlanta. It says that it's supposed to have elderberry and chamomile flavors. Do you even know what that means? I don't. That sounds fancy. Does it have a smell? I can't smell anything. Can you?
Oh, dude, I can't believe you made me try this.
Can you compare this to anything else?
No, like water.
Would you say it's like a seltzer? Have you had a seltzer before, like a Truly?
No, I guess I have, but a beer flavored seltzer.
Kind of has a little bit of a beer flavored seltzer, but it's like, it is super light. I mean, that is really light. And I mean, okay. Is it crisp? I guess. It does not taste like beer at all.
Doesn't taste like beer. It can't be like, is it beer even?
It says beer. You can't put beer on there unless it's actually beer.
I mean,
so I don't know how you
like
I don't
beer
know
is
how
not
you
like
do it.
beer's not like an FDA thing. Like you could can I sell
No,
water as beer?
No, because otherwise you have to call things like malted beverage or malt liquor. This has all the things in it that beer should have, right? It's got barley and grains, which I don't know how you pull the carbs out of that, which is really, they got to do something crazy to do that. I'm not sure, but okay. We're not going to rate this yet. It's starting off a little, I brought a second one here with me just in case, like it just goes down so fast. Last question about this, and I want to get into something else. Who is the target audience here? Who would drink this? Like who should, it's not Matthew May.
Oh, well, I mean, me when I'm trying to diet, I guess, if I really like beer, like the zero carb people, right? This is like going after what's the one, the zero carb diet? There's a new one.
Keto? Is it keto?
Keto. It used to be called Atkins, right? Now it's called
keto.
And there's one other one too that's like it. I bet they're going after that, but
I mean, ultra light.
Well, they're competing with the other diet beers because it's right at 80 calories.
So that's low.
So everything's like,
I mean, this is super low. I mean, no carbs, 80 calories. That's super light. But it's got 4% alcohol.
It's just like Diet Coke, right? It's the Diet Coke.
It's kind of, so you never know. Could
like
be
beer
big there. Here's a couple other things I think of. So I just finished working out. I kind of did my workout in the middle of the day. I'm like, you could drink a couple of these and go work out. Like if you're working out, right? You could, here's another thought I had. I mean, we never promote, I'm not here, don't get me wrong. I'm not promoting underage drinking, but this is like starter beer. Maybe not even starter beer. You don't think so? I mean, this is like, when I see college kids drinking like Trulies and Seltzers, you're like, oh, come on, have a beer. I don't know. Maybe this will cross over. Maybe this is like, this will be those who are like, well, I want to seem a little bit, more macho or whatever the heck the thing is. I don't know how you did macho. It's kind of a light blue. Anyway, I'm not sure. We'll see. We're going to see a lot, but guess what? We're going to be hearing a lot about this.
Okay. Maybe they're going after women that normally drink the seltzers. They put it in the seltzer can. That would make sense.
It is. So if you can tell, it is a more slender can there. It is 12 ounces. It's 12 ounces, but it's got that slender kind of can.
But it's the same shape as the seltzer cans, right? The Trulies.
It is
and stuff.
super similar. Yeah.
It must be going after that. It has to be going after that market. Okay, I don't know anything about marketing,
but yeah.
That's who.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Here's the bad news about this from you, Matthew. We're not done talking about Bud Light next.
Okay.
And I'm sorry for this, but we're not done. And here's why. We're not done talking about this for a long shot, you and me.
Okay.
What if I told you that both you and I are owners now of Bud Light Next NFTs?
Oh, I would be just so disappointed in you.
Guess what?
We own Bud Light Next NFTs?
Yes, we do, Matthew.
God,
I'm going to show you one of them. I'm going to show you one of them right now.
Okay, awesome. I'm really excited about this.
This is one of our NFTs. We both have one. Yours is still finishing up the minting process. Look at this beautiful NFT. This is one of 12,722 minted NFTs for Bud Light Next. This is a unique. No one in the world owns this besides you and me. Look at this thing.
Yeah, because they changed the pixels on the right like they do
They
a
do.
QR
So
code.
see, what they've done is the upper, like they've got all these different things, like, yeah. And for folks who are listening along, like, right, like what we're looking at here is like this interesting, funky, like video game controller. It's got beer cans and it's blue and all this stuff. I'm gonna
And it looks like a
stop sharing,
blue
so
QR code on the right.
it kind of does, yeah. So here's okay. What I guess the question is, what in the hell does this mean? Like, what do you mean you and I actually own two Bud Light Next NFTs? Here's how it's described. Here's how the project was described by Budweiser. All right.
Okay.
The Bud Light Next collection is comprised of 12,722 generative tokens. Now, real quick, 12,722 apparently was the date that this was all like, they finally got the recipe right. So back in December 7th. No, that can't be right. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I thought that was what it was. I'm wrong. It's in the future, but you never know. NFTs are from the future. But of 12,722 generative tokens that celebrate innovation, community, and the next generation of creators. Each NFT combines a two-part background with an icon that represents beer, culture, gaming, music, and entertainment. This NFT is your key to the world of Bud Light Next. Token holders have access to exclusive benefits, including voting rights on future initiatives like brand merchandise, rewards, and surprises. Still,
well, that is exciting.
What the hell does
I mean, they just had to say surprises, and they had me at surprises.
Hedge surprises?
Those are the best.
You now have voting rights on brand merchandise, Matthew.
Dare I ask how much an NFT costs to mint on Bud Light Next?
Okay, I knew we'd go here next. It cost us, I shouldn't say us, it cost me. I did not do this through a queue. I did it through my own wallet just because I thought it was silly and fun. 0.13 ETH. So these are about $400 a piece.
0.13 ETH?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh,
okay. Are you mad?
No, that's great. Send me mine. I'll send you my wallet address. I want mine.
I'm going to send you yours. Okay. And so I'll just tell you right now, there's a couple of things that happen. Let's just talk about the pricing of this. We'll look at the collection here, and I'll go back over the whole collection. Let me just pull this up again for those who can't see and are listening along. We're just going to check what the average the activity on this is on OpenSea, which is a platform that many people use for NFTs.
Oh, there was a 0.069. You could have
there's some of these, but some of them are like funky, like weird transfers. If you have to look at the average, this is probably a better view when they were being minted over here. You can see they're 0.14, 0.3, 0.13. They shot up here. Average is
we could have made some money.
0.3.
We could have doubled our money.
Now we're back down to a little bit more now on average, but it depends on too the unique characteristics of our NFT, right? And yours is still coming. So there are in this collection, apparently there are some diamond, there's 100 of these that are diamond ones that are 3D that are apparently selling. Some of those have sold for 7, 8 ETH, things like that. So there's a couple in there that actually you mint them for 0.13 and you sell them for 15, 20 times. I don't know if we'll get one of those. We're still waiting on yours to come through. But
so we could flip it for 15, 20 times. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So I think that brings up a question. All right.
Okay.
And this is, by the way, I think this is interesting because this is probably the very first large scale, big corporate NFT. Like this is when you do it around the Super Bowl. Budweiser's putting the whole marketing campaign was run by Gary Vee. I know you're still cringing. Gary Vee's, I think it's VaynerMedia's NFT group. So it's kind of interesting. There's some momentum behind this. There's a big behemoth behind it, which is a little weird because a lot of this space is meant to be by creators and not corporate. But I don't know. This will be probably the first big swing we've seen about can the corporates make this NFT craze do something. So I thought it'd be fun for us to get in on. Right.
I hope we get some good swag or something.
I know, me too. We're gonna keep looking at. There's been a bunch of rumors. They open up a Discord chat to all the owners, and people are in there hypothesizing about things. It's wild. It's just the wild.
I hope it blows up after the Super Bowl.
I know that's the thing we're gonna watch for is after the Super Bowl. It actually could. You never know. So anyway, I thought it'd be fun. All right,
we're gonna be on this, man. It's gonna be fun.
Here's where I need your help.
Okay.
This is where you need to jump in. I'm gonna do something here.
Oh,
Interactive. Matthew.
We're going rogue. Okay.
We're going rogue. let's pretend, and we're going to need some, you navigating all this.
Yeah, this is
wise.
this is not going to be helpful for the podcast person. So
But it's
Kenji
okay.
has brought
We'll
out
talk.
a flip chart.
There's a flip chart. I was going to have you do this.
Okay.
How in the world, let's say Acuity bought this and not me, or maybe Acuity Invest would be better, because we'd never subject our colleagues to like the nonsense that you and I do, but I probably should have done this to Acuity Invest. Let's talk through the accounting. I want you to walk me through the journal entries of just some basic things here. Okay.
I know. Who am I? Bud Light, or am I Kenji and you?
No, you're me. You're Acuity. You and I bought Acuity bought some NFTs. So let's go through the purchase side of this, right? And go through the debits and credits. And I want you to walk me through. First of all, we got to go get some ETH, right? We got to go purchase some.
We buy ETH.
We buy ETH. So I'm going to go buy, let's just go say we're going to buy one ETH, which today is about what? $3,000, 3,000, something like that.
Yeah.
$3,000, we'll call it 300.
Ballpark.
Okay. So we got to purchase ETH. I don't know if
debit ETH for $3,000.
You can't see that, can you? Okay.
Yeah. Just debit ETH.
Okay.
For $3,000. Credit cash for $3,000.
Okay. Credit cash for $3,000.
I can't believe you're getting. You are. This is going to be my favorite episode.
I told you you're going to have fun with this.
Kenji is literally writing on a whiteboard the journal entry. Okay.
The 100th episode.
Okay.
This is the weirdest.
So then we're gonna buy an NFT. Ready?
Correct. Now okay. But also, by the way, where is this ETH sitting on? Where is that? How do you touch? Is that that's sitting on the balance sheet, right?
That's just on the balance sheet.
So, would you put it up in current asset? I mean, up there, like almost like a bank account sitting up there.
Well, technically, if you're going to go gap on people, it's technically an intangible asset.
Okay.
Well, you treat it like intangible assets property, but if you still have to classify it as short-term or long-term. So I usually put it in other current assets.
Current assets.
But you have to measure it for impairment, believe it or not, because it's stupid. But you keep it at cost on your balance sheet. Okay. So then the next entry, we're going to buy an NFT.
Okay, so we're going to buy. This. Okay, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so
we're going to debit. We're going to debit the NFT, right?
Debit the NFT.
So
this is our amazing. Remember when you guys saw this? Those who could see it. This is my beautiful blue game controller Bud Light NFT thing. We're debiting the NFT for that was 0.13 ETH.
Yeah, we're gonna say it's for $400. Right. 400. Yep. Okay. Here's where it gets screwy.
Okay.
You're gonna credit the cost basis of the ETH that probably did that. So you probably, let's say your ETH was probably something like, because you did it in a short period of time, you're going to credit ETH for like 390, right? Okay. Because the cost basis of ETH was probably slightly lower and it went up over the, like on the, I'm just guessing.
You're making an assumption that the ETH went up between the time of purchasing the ETH up here and actually using it to buy the NFT.
Yeah. And then I have an account on all of our clients called crypto gain loss. Okay. That we have to figure out if it's short term or long term for the 10. Okay.
The gain loss for the 10. I have one more question on this one now.
Okay.
What about, and now tell me, this may be going into more, not just the 101, this may be going into, what about gas?
Oh, yes.
Explain what gas is to people.
And then, so when Kenji buys the when he trades the ETH for the NFT, there's usually a transaction cost. It's like merchant processing fees. That's referred to as gas. So you would have a second
fee down here.
No,
would that be just inside of it?
No, it's easier to look at it as a second journal. So you have a
Can you believe we're doing this? Can you believe this is
so you're gonna have, this is where it gets really screwy.
This is why I brought out two of these Bud Light Next that we might.
So you're going to have a gas fee of, I'm guessing your gas fee was around $20. Something like that.
That was pretty close. It was pretty close.
So we would have an expense, like a transaction fee, a debit for $20.
Okay. And so, and this would you be categorizing this as your gas fee, right?
Yeah,
So it's
gas
gonna hit the
fee.
P&L.
I put it in a similar account to merchant processing fees
Okay. And that's gonna be
for
$20.
$20.
And then you're debiting your ETH, right?
then you credit your
Pardon me,
ETH
sorry.
at the cost basis. So you would do it for like $18, and then you would have a gain of $2.
Okay, crypto.
That's where you get
now
everybody gets tripped at that one. Yeah. So now you have a crypto gain loss of $2
of $2
there.
Oh
So
my
we're
gosh, this is
assuming that's the relative fair value. So the
Okay.
ETH went up in value, remember.
There's our buying the this is the whole transaction around the NFT.
That's the
which is,
NFT
again,
purchase. It kind of has
just a
two
perk.
parts.
These two pieces parts to it. Okay. Real quick, where are you sitting? Where you keeping that crypto gain loss account? Where do you like to put that on the P&L?
I like to put it the same place people put foreign exchange
Forex,
gains and losses,
down.
and similar if they have cap gains and losses for other reasons, same section. So pretty far down.
Down below.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's, again, I'm almost done with mine.
Dude, it tastes so bad. I can't believe you're drinking it. Drink another one.
We're owners in it. Are you kidding me? Like we need to listen, people. Matthew, now you may want to go back and change your statement. Listen, everyone.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Bud Light Next. You might want to try it and hype it up, and we'll send out links later.
Bud Light Next. It's keto. It's keto compliant. Atkins compliant.
Hey Matthew, this wouldn't be the first time that we've plugged something that we have financial interest in. I'm just saying. It's not exactly out of the norm for us, but we're always transparent about that, right?
We try to be.
We try to be. Okay, so now we've got an NFT.
Yeah.
Like now this is let's not go too much. Further. This could get weird. Like, let's just say we sit on it. Like, if we just sit on the NFT for the whole year and we get to the end of the year, like, does anything happen to the NFT? If we don't do anything. Let's just we do a long-term hold. And you know how you do talk about holds in NFTs? You spelled it HODL for some reason. I don't know.
HODL. Yeah. Well, somebody typoed it a long time ago on a chat, so that's what it is.
It feels like it gets better if you drink it more. Actually, you know what feels like it gets better? If you don't look at what you're drinking, I think it makes it worse. Whenever I see you drink that water, it's like a pale yellow. Keep it in the can.
Okay. Don't pour it in a glass, folks.
Okay. What happens if we just sit and hold it? But the NFT value goes up by the end of the year.
Nothing. You don't do anything. Cost basis.
Leave it alone.
Gap won't let you mark it up. There's no gap argument to mark it up. Nothing.
Same thing on the ETH. Let's say the ETH goes up.
Same thing on the ETH.
Nothing.
Crypto, you can't mark up.
Okay.
If it goes down, however, if it were to go down, you have to evaluate whether it has an other than temporary impairment, and you can actually take an impairment. But once you write it down, you can't write it back up.
I don't think
we have this. We had to do this at Acuity. I took an other than temporary impairment on ETH in 2019. And now the ETH is on the books at like $100 and it's worth like $6,000 or something like that. I can't remember. Or like $5,000. It's on the books for $100 because we wrote it down. Because I was like,
good job, Matthew.
Everybody was like, I didn't think it was coming back. Did you think it was coming back in 2019?
I don't know what the hell's happened with all this stuff.
Okay. Well, we didn't buy more, so.
We're not going to do the impairment entry. I'm not doing that.
No.
Let's say though, let's just go the opposite side where Super Bowl, this thing blows up. I mean, this thing blows up. Everybody goes crazy. You and I are like, oh, this thing skyrockets to maybe, let's just say it gets back up to a full, let's say it goes to 10 ETH.
10 ETH.
The value of our damn, dude, the value of our NFT goes to 10 ETH after the Super Bowl. People go crazy over this summer. The world opens back up. Everyone's on the beach and the pool is crushing these things, right? It's just everywhere. And it's like, we're at 10 ETH. And we go out and sell it on the secondary market, like on an open sea.
Okay.
Right? So walk me through what goes on when we sell here.
Well, then we made a bunch of money, right? So then Same. This is the same journal entry we just did. So
Okay,
if
it's
we
flipped,
trade
right?
it for crypto or we trade it for cash, either way, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna
trade it for crypto.
we're
We're gonna
gonna
debit our ETH.
we're gonna debit our no debit our NFT. We're gonna get ETH back. We're
Yeah.
gonna debit our ETH for 40 grand because we made a ton of money.
We'll say 30 grand because we're saying it's at one. We're saying one ETH is at 30.
Okay, sorry. So
We're
okay,
debit our 30.
we're gonna get we made 30 grand. We credit the NFT.
NFT is bye.
Go check out what we had it at cost at. I forgot already.
400.
Okay. And then we have a crypto.
Woo!
We have a crypto gain loss.
The loss of 29,600.
29,600. And then you do that. If you held it over a year, it's long term. If you held under your short term for tax, for
Yep.
those tax people out there, we're not forgetting you.
Okay. So in this
the
case,
next-
if it was before the year, it'd be short term. So we'd be getting hit on that.
And then the next entry, we have to account for the gas.
Damn it, that gas is kind of a pain in the ass, isn't it?
so you can
So that's gonna be
you have a gas fee, debit gas fee. We're hoping that's only $40 again.
Let's hope it's
Let's say it's $20.
I like
Debit.
that one
It's a
better.
debit.
Sorry.
It's a
Sorry.
debit. And then you credit our ETH. But let's say this time our ETH went down. So debit the ETH for $22.
Credit for $22.
Yeah, credit, sorry, for $22. Then you
And
would
we
have
got
to
the gain
debit.
loss up here, and
Then you would have to debit crypto gain loss depending on how the ETH. So just so people know that that's not always a
that could happen.
credit.
It could go the other way.
It could go the other way, and it frequently does. Especially if you're doing the short term, it goes up and down all the time.
In a short term, that's going to get taxed at 29,600. We're
The
going
short
to
term,
get
short
hit what
term.
there?
What?
We're going to get hit for what kind of? What's the difference in the tax side on for people on that?
I have to ask the tax guys.
Oh, jeez.
You know?
Okay, that was the first time I've done journal entries in a long time. I mean, okay. What did we learn here? I mean, what just happened here?
Well, I mean, even every time I talked about the oh yeah, you're like, oh, you remember the gas fees, but then you don't remember the gain loss. Like everything that happens to everybody every time when I'm dealing with crypto with them. They're like, oh yeah, this, and don't forget, it's a cost basis. So you have to everybody hates that crap.
Do you have any more of your Bud Light Next left?
Yeah, I've got. You can't tell the difference between that and my water, so.
Yeah, it's
How
a little
close.
it's a little foamier. It does help. Don't look at it. Just don't look at it. Just keep. And actually, what is weird, the more you drink, it just kind of keeps. You forget. You almost forget about it.
It doesn't taste good though.
I'll tell you this. You know the beers you like.
Yeah.
The carbs on those are probably in the 20 to 30-ish range of grams.
I know. That's why I ran a 15K last week.
You did. I'm proud of you for that. There's I think you're supposed to be targeting around 200 to 300 grams. So you burn on a tailgate day, you burn all your grams in beer. And now with this, you can just drink it infinitely. And
If you don't mind sacrificing all the flavor and taste.
Matthew, we're going to rate our beer now. Now that you know,
Yeah.
we have more of there's a more of a connection that we have here, I guess. And I probably shouldn't have shown you the existing ratings.
Oh, I was right on it. My gut was 225.
225 is what you're going at.
Oh yeah.
Matthew says
Is
225. I'm
And then
going to
you-
go. I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2. It's really not. It's not even beer. It's not even beer. I'm giving it a bump. I'm giving it a bump because we have an NFT that depends on it. that is tied
Yeah.
to its otherwise success. This is not beer.
Yeah.
This
it's
is
rough.
not, I mean,
It's just rough.
listen, I'll drink it. I mean, I'm not afraid to, you know, find strange things to consume. I'm just saying, just putting it out there, being transparent. But I will tell you this, you could sit around at the beach or by the pool with a 12 pack of these things and just go to work. I mean,
Oh yeah. These probably sneak up on you though. They're 4% still. So
they are, which is more than like, and I think
that's like a normal Bud Light, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how it is.
Yeah, it's about
I can't
that,
believe
yeah.
it's called beer.
That's the part that's really amazing. It's called beer.
So
Well,
we're gonna have to. I'm gonna
again,
do some research between now and no, I'm really not. But
here's some things I'm
what you
hoping.
can call beer in the store.
Okay, here's some things I'm hoping that'll happen next for us is
NFTs will go through the moon.
right. Well, hopefully things like as holders, we'll get something like, by the way, you get, they actually already said you're gonna get some kind of special access to Budweiser tours and plants facilities. So maybe we'll have to go do a drink while you think at the Cartersville plants.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That.
I could do that.
There are people speculating that certain like stadiums around that have like Budweiser pavilions, like, okay, you could come and show it. The cool part will be seeing where the intersection of digital and physical, benefits come from these NFTs and whether or not other companies will move there. I do have a prediction, and this is actually not even a prediction. It's just going to happen. Dude, I think half the things at the Super Bowl this year are going to be crypto related. It's going to be a ton of crypto stuff this year.
You think so?
The ads, yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a ton.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
So anyway, I felt like a good way for me to
buy your NFT now.
Yeah, for me to understand things better. I'm like, let's just go buy a couple. And I thought, intersection of crypto is what we do. Beer, which is what I like, even though this isn't really beer. I'm like, I'm down for that. So anyway,
and then you make me do all the journal entries for everybody.
Yeah. So we did all the things we enjoyed doing: accounting, beer, crypto, all in one episode. It's a perfect one for our 100th. This will be up there, I think, in the voting at the end of the year for our drinking.
Oh, yeah.
This is a weird episode. I've been looking forward to doing this one actually, because I'm like, this is just a super weird one. I'm glad it's our 100th. So any last words, Matthew, on Bud Light NFT next here? Are you more excited about the beer or the NFT?
The NFT for sure.
For sure.
So I'm excited about the NFT. That's kind of fun. The beer was just downright effing awful. I can't believe I have 5 more in the fridge. So
I bought a 12 pack. That's all I could find too. So I got more to burn than you do.
Yeah, I was worried about that, but I went to the Candler Park Market and I lucked out that I did find a good 4-pack I got the next 4 episodes covered now because the Wicked Weed Imperial Stout 4-pack, which
Matthew's previewing some really good ones he's got coming up. And we have a good one next week coming up. Yeah, we have a good episode coming up next week.
One other thing, happy birthday to Kenji. As everybody knows, we're in a window now where Kenji is 2 years older than me. So I like this window. So it's kind of fun. It's never boring. It's a 10-month window where Kenji is 2 years older than me instead of 1 year older than me. So it's kind of nice. And how's 49 treating you, dude?
I want to talk about it.
So Kenji had an existential crisis about 49.
I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to leave it there. 49 hit differently. It just hit hit different.
So
which is probably why I worked out just before this, because I'm kind of now a little bit like in obsessive mode of like I'm playing Benjamin Button and I'm turning this damn thing back because it is weird. So
well, happy birthday, my friend. You look great.
Thanks, dude.
You are in better health than most people half our age. So
that's the plan.
It's always fun. So don't have an existential crisis on me. So
I won't. Maybe I'll just keep drinking this and it'll keep me young. You can drink this before your next races. I'm proud of you on your 15K. It was pretty awesome. Cheers, everyone. Come join us. We just do really weird, random things on our podcast.
We promise not to make you drink next.
Unless you want to bring it on. Thanks, everyone. Yep. Cheers.